You may not know it, but Asian people drink a lot. Especially in Vietnam, my home country. Some of the numbers can be shocking to you, but it was much different in the past. So, what happened? What has caused the deformation of the drinking culture of Asia? There is a drinking problem now in Vietnam. The drinking culture is becoming more and more deformed. People drink alcohol at an alarming rate, to a point that raises concern to the government and national media. The number of younger people drinking excessively increases every year. Vietnam ranks third in Asia in terms of alcoholic drink usage. From 2015 to 2021, the number of men drinking rose from 44% to 61%. That number of women is slower, but still increasing every year, without any sign of stopping or slowing down. And more concerning, 1 in every 3 of them drinks to a dangerous level. And to talk about the bad effects of alcohol, it would be redundant. I want to answer a more interesting question. Why is it happening? Is it always like this before?
It's not true. It's bullshit.
Is there a link with the way alcohol is portrayed in media too? And what can we do about it? To know about the current situation, we need to head back to the past. For centuries, alcohol is mostly homebrewed. Large workshops are rare, and the main purpose is to make tribute to the king. And people back then had a different view on drinking. A man without alcohol is a flag without the wind. Alcohol was used as a bridge, a way to connect to people. They know a nobleman is someone who can control his desire, including drinking. One must be aware of his intake limits and keep his composure. People despise heavy drinkers too, deeming them low class to be drunk all the time. So, what happened? What turned this once noble enjoyment into a public concern nowadays? It all started in the late 1980s. Vietnam just opened its door to the world. After the Đổi mới reform, a large influx of foreign alcohol. Private businesses are now allowed to produce more alcohol, and the culture import from the outside world have caused many changes. Some of those changes affect the way people drink heavily. The abundance of products drove the price significantly downwards. Smuggling and fake alcohol create a challenge for the authority. The vast majority of alcohol has a price under $2. It also became easier to buy alcohol as well. Even kids can buy and drink it, not just teenagers. I mean small kids. And I think the parents are responsible for that. Is there a law to prevent young buyers? Yes, but they remain mostly ineffective. The small-scale family shops around the country make it impossible to control buyers and sellers. A large majority of beverage consumption comes from young people, which is concerning enough. But the way they drink is more shocking. They drink more than they should whenever the occasion comes. Wedding? Check. Funeral? Check. Open a new business? Check. Too sad and stressful? Check. Happy? Also check. And many times, it becomes a drinking competition. Or worse, some are pressured to drink. If not, they'll be called disrespectful. People completely forgot or ignore the drinking culture. No more limited dignity. It comes down to drinking more and more. People think it's cool to drink more than others to test and prove their endurance. The business environment in Vietnam and East Asian countries does not help at all. Companies make their deals on a dining table with drinks ready. It's understandable. A strategy to get closer to your business partner, for people are more ease up and open to offers when they're drunk. But there will always be someone who takes it too far and drink every time after working hours with the excuse of meeting potential business partner. And even the Koreans and Japanese, who are infamous for their drinking, are terrified about the way some Vietnamese consume drinks. And the result of too many drunk people? You know it. But is there a link between the way people drink now And the media? Alcohol has been presented in East Asian media for as long as it was invented. It signatured many traits from a character: strong, wild, untamed, and ready for anything, or elegant, stylish, graceful, and magical. It all comes down to the way it is portrayed, both in a positive and negative aspects. In many forms of ancient literatures, alcohol is connected with masculinity. It is used as a way to connect, to turn strangers into brothers in arms, or as a silent scream to the world before a fight to the death. It represented courage, risk-taking, and a sense of carefree attitude, and a soul yearning for freedom. You can see it in stories like Romance of the Three Kingdoms, or The Water Margin from China, or in the samurai films, both old and new. What about modern-day media?
You're drunk. Go back to sleep.
From movies, TV shows, anime, and video games, alcohol has a wide range of expression. It is linked with the negative sides more and more. Well, for the most part, we still sometimes see some characters drinking as a cool factor, like many video game fighters like Haomaru, Yasuo, or Baiken. I'm seeing some kind of pattern here. This is somewhat similar to cigarettes, when people see the characters smoking and consider it cool. In many anime, female characters drink a lot as well, like Misato, Revi, Aqua, or Tsunade. Another thing that makes alcohol seem so cool in East Asian culture is the drunken fist.
The last one really hit the spot.
Its fluid movements, unpredictable strides, alongside the free flow of footwork, have captured everyone's eyes. The movie The Drunken Master 2 in 1994 and the anime fight of Rock Lee from Naruto may be the first exposure to this martial art to many people. I gotta admit, I tried drinking a bit after that fight between Rock Lee and Kimimaru. It was so cool. The other side of alcohol is also discovered more. Many portray liquor as a conduit for people's suffering and trauma. Alcohol abuse often leads a character down the path of self-destructive actions. Like in the iconic Vietnamese film Chi Phèo, an adaptation from the short story with the same name. The main character, Chi, was a victim of the corrupted society at that time, and alcohol becomes his escape. The tragic thing is, it further puts him down an endless pit of pain and suffering. Only when he stops drinking and briefly finds the love he's been missing, Chi becomes rational and wants to change his life around. So, how should alcohol be portrayed in media? I think the correct answer lies between the two sides of it, but lesser exposure to younger kids will always help, because they lack the skill to differentiate between reality and fiction. Should there be limitations on how something is presented in the media? I think there must be a balance between freedom of speech and the effect something has on society, just like some cigarette adverts bans. While it may not make smokers stop smoking, it reduces the exposure to younger people. We may debate whether fiction can affect people's action or not, but we must remember, the things done in real life, there's no undoing it. Unlike video games, where we can always restart. There is a saying in Vietnam, the drink does not get drunk, only the drinker does. There is a problem with alcohol here in my country, but we lies more with the drinkers. Of course, we cannot ignore legal companies trying to advertise and push it everywhere, but the final choice of drink or not, it's in our hand. So until some laws or larger social change happen, the thing we can do is to remind ourselves. We can't drink ourselves out of sadness or stress. It only distracts us for a while. And no party is more important than your own safety. We drink to have fun, not to get drunk. Thank you for watching this video. If you like more content like this, hit like and subscribe. Oh, and check out some of my videos about anime as well. See you. Take care, my friends.